Back in the late 90s, the Nintendo 64 was a hot new thing on the market that everybody had to get. It came with really awesome games at the time. Notable titles were Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, Super Smash Bros. 64, and even Pilot Wings and all these other great 64 titles that made it to this system, and honestly, it was a great time. But one game that really got the party going and had the power to bring some frustrations, even some chaos, is the first Mario Party back in 1998. It was a staple for Friday and Saturday nights with friends that honestly is the pinnacle way to go ahead and start a party. Every Mario Party has its fair share of boards that are good and bad. A balance. The same goes here. And while I do admit some boards in this game are not that great, DK's Jungle Adventure, Wario's Battle Canyon, Yoshi's Tropical Island, aside from those, they're really great boards that you can go ahead and explore. And while I'll admit, I feel like they could have tried a little bit better with these boards, I think the variety here is amazing, and I like the little gimmicks that come with them, even though it's kinda just a little repetitive sometimes. The mini games here though are great, each with unique ways to make them not feel the same. Despite its early series flaws, it's a testament to the series' longevity and its humble beginnings that arise from what it would become. It is, and honestly, it got a really great start and has a very solid foundation. The Nintendo 64 is something that makes me wonder, like, it was great on its own. And, you know, one of the things that really stood out to me when I played the Nintendo 64 on Nintendo Switch Online is the graphics, the polygon graphics. While yes, some of the games would look 2D, it's charming and adorable in a way. And Mario Party and even the next two were no exception that were released at the Nintendo 64. They were both endearing and nostalgic. It's charming, really, and it's evident when you play all three games in order. And it's basically like something that is cartoony in a way. And I think, well, yes, the character designs may seem weird and unconventional. I would say Nintendo's experimentation with these designs and aesthetic is really what demonstrate a playful and imaginative approach to what could be, what is the Nintendo 64 lineup of games, and of course, with the three Mario parties that were there at the time. Many Mario games have a really great soundtrack, and they're always a treat to listen to. Honestly, if I could, I would list all the music and make a whole video about it. But this is not a whole video about Mario game music. That will be for the near future. Mario Party has a really great soundtrack, considering the aesthetic of the game and its cartoony feel. It's fun to listen to. Many notable tracks are in here: Mario's Rainbow Castle, Yoshi's Tropical Island, and Luigi's Engine Room. The composers and everybody who took the time to make these soundtracks really gave it their all and had more passion when it came to, of course, putting these tracks together, and it shows. Every track is a catchy tune that it's fun to listen to as it is to play it. And honestly, it perfectly captures the lighthearted, cheerful atmosphere of the gameplay. It really leaves a lasting impression, making it worthy of repeated listens even outside of the game itself. And it's just something that makes me wonder, like, the game itself is just as fun and just as exciting, and even the music makes it all the worthwhile as well. Mario Party is one of those essential Nintendo 64 games that are good to play on a Friday and Saturday night. A multiplayer experience that offers hours of fun and excitement. The game's diverse array of minigames, from racing, puzzles, even to trivia, ensures that there's always something to keep players entertained. Coupled with the strategic elements of the board game, Mario Party provides a well-rounded gaming experience that's both challenging and rewarding. And honestly, when it comes to reliving a timeless classic, living the glory days of having a fun and casual night with friends, or getting in the chaos and competitiveness of what is Mario Party, it's always a good time, and always something to remember and cherish.